What's good? It's Lot 360, and today we're going to be talking about some esoteric agriculture and participating in witchcraft. So basically, this is what we're all doing, participating in witchcraft. So when it comes to you having your mind, you knowing how to plant good seeds. So once you water those seeds, give those seeds good ideas and visions, and those seeds start to blossom and grow, and you start to be able to reap the fruit of your labor and things of those natures. This is how the allegory plays out when it comes to understanding esoteric agriculture. So it really ties us into understanding esoteric seed planting. So the better that you know how to have good ideas and visions and know how to give those ideas and visions water, then this will help you understand how to be able to see things through and how to actually plant esoteric seeds and fruits and vegetables and squash beans and corns that you can bite into, and those things give you a sense of fulfillment. So when it comes to you get into this spiritual space and you start to become aware of these different types of mechanisms and how these mechanisms play out, this will be you understanding how to actually go outside and understand the astronomy, the astrology, and the anatomy, and how these things are working into synchronicity so that you can start to participate with the energies and starts to utilize your ability to manifest and materialize certain tangible things and items into your life. Understanding that you are the creator and these things are our creation. So the better that we understand that we are the creator and we're always playing out this mechanism, as within, so without, as above, so below, that can kind of help us understand our starting point. It starts with us. So we can't be placing too much responsibility on external references, because when it comes to the world that we are encapsulated into, these external references can lead us astray and put us in compromising circumstances and situations where if like we're selling our soul or giving our esoteric gold, our ability to create and imagine a way to individuals that's utilizing it and capitalizing off of it and being able to melt it and turn it into cobalt. So when it comes to understanding these energies, this can kind of help us understand what we're actually doing on an esoteric metaphysical level. When it comes to us having a micro, macro, us being an encapsulation of these water cycles that we are experiencing, rotating to the left, separating from our creations that we created, going to the, well, we created, so we got to be righteous. So it's like a little mechanism that's going on between those energies as well too. But just understanding this mechanism when getting back into understanding that esoteric seed planting and your esoteric agriculture and knowing how to go outside and align yourself with the transits so you can stay above waters and have good emotions to be able to nourish your seeds, your ideas, and your visions. When it comes to you having a good vision, and that vision is something that you can see yourself doing, something that you can see yourself participating with, at things of those natures, that can kind of help us understand how we need to be going about associating with certain energies, thought forms, and mentalities and mental concepts when it comes to us being able to create and fashion our own reality, because we do this on an everyday basis. So as long as you know what you're doing, you'll know how to go about these energies. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind as well too. So, but the reason we get so flunked out in our own energy and we get our energy taken away from us because we be giving so much of our energy to the magic square, to the shadow government, because the mentalities that be on our mind be synthetic templates and mentalities, mental states that was crafted for us to play out certain characters and natures that may be unaligned with our true nature and spiritual nature. So the better that you know your actual spiritual nature, you'll be able to understand how to actually do these things for yourself and create your own esoteric garden, instead of you getting influenced by everything that's taking place into the 1, 2, and 3rd dimension when it comes to different mentalities, different people, ideas, and feelings and emotions about things that they believe in and things of those natures. When it comes to you participating and associating with certain groups of individuals that may be heavily indoctrinated and not knowing how things are playing out on a metaphysical, spiritual level, when it comes to you just being in the same vibration, you just being in the same space with these individuals, whatever types of ideas and visions and vibrations that they are into may kind of block you or put you in the space when it comes to you being in a good vibe, you being in a good feeling. They can kind of put you and your ability to be able to plant seeds when it comes to you giving good nutrients, you giving good waters, you giving good emotions and feelings to your visions and your seeds, so you can see these things grow and become trees and things of those natures, and you can be able to pluck from those trees when it comes to that tree being the fruit that you bear, the fruits of your labor and things of those natures. So we got to kind of understand those energies as well too when it comes to understanding our esoteric agriculture. So we can be able to have a starting point when it comes to us understanding our own sun, moon, ascendant, sun through Saturn, sun through Pluto, and being able to understand the actual stimuli and energies that we're experiencing when it comes to us being on this water cycle, when it comes to us going outside and experiencing, participating with people. But we just got to understand how to protect those energies. And it's always good to make sure that you're protecting your garden, you're protecting your space. So you won't have people, colonizers, and parasites that's already in the space of greed, envy, stingy, and trying to take everything, won't be trying to become esoteric vampires and pluck from your tree because you may be producing high-hanging fruits. So you putting yourself in a space where the types of ideas and visions and fruits that you're planting are, once you take a bite from your fruit, the fruits of your labor, you get fulfilled. So you start to glow. You have this inner glow. You have this inner light that other spirits that lack the ability to be able to produce those types of ideas and visions and fruits, because their mind may be so lost into the witchcraft, the magic square, they lack the ability to understand the actual godly mechanism that we all have access to and are able to participate with. So they disregard the godly science and get lost into things that deals with NASA, Plato, and things of those natures. Lostness, having their mind lost into the magic square, not knowing how to claim their power, getting their power took. And the individuals that understand this philosophy understands how to utilize this psychology to make individuals continuously work for them in their cobalt minds and be their esoteric slaves and things of those natures. So when it comes to you being able to manufacture and being able to understand this knowledge, to be able to have your own esoteric farm, manufacture your own fruits, produce your own fruits, your own creativity, you lack that ability. So you lacking something. You lack that ability. So you feel like you got to steal it from others. In the spiritual realm, you feel like you got to steal that from other people. You feel like you got to go take somebody else's ability, charismatic gifts and talents, traits, and things of those natures when it comes to them being able to produce these types of fruits that's more higher hanging in nature. So this is where the individual, that mind is already lost into the witchcraft and the rituals and spells, they become esoteric vampires and they become esoteric parasites. So when it comes to you understanding this knowledge, you have to be careful, because you will be casting your pearls amongst swans who just want to take and capitalize off of your creativity, your gold, and the fruits of your labor. So this is some witchcraft that we're all lost into, because once you understand and you are fully aware and able to comprehend this space, you know how to attack things from different angles. So you will have a different outlook and a different perspective about yourself and the world around you, because you will be more entwined with the atmosphere and understanding how things are condensing into the environment that gives us this ability to share this platform. So when it comes to us being able to cultivate these energies into reality so we can have something to be known for, let's use the Native Americans for example. They was the first authors. They understood this. So they passed this down through oral tradition, through storytelling, through communion, and this was their practice. So these individuals by nature was fruitful because they already understood how the spiritual connects to the physical. and how all these things are intertwined, and how we create land out of water, and how we're inside of water, and things of those natures, and how these natures get derived when it comes to us becoming aware in specific spaces. So the Native Americans was already rich in spirit and resources. So just understanding this practice, eventually, the more consistent that you stay doing this, making sure that you're not getting distracted by people that mind is lost into the magic square and witchcraft, you're going to start to manifest haters, jealous individuals, greedy individuals, stingy individuals, parasites and vampires, because the agriculture that you're able, the types of squash, beans, and corns, the esoteric seeds and fruits and vegetables that you're planting, esoterically speaking, is gonna like juicy fruits in the esoteric realm. So it's gonna be lights in the esoteric realm that's gonna be attracting all these parasites and these vampires and these demons. So we see how the colonizers came over here to the Western Hemisphere under lost into that mentality. With that mentality, came to the Western Hemisphere and came up Birdman hair rubbing. When it comes to, they was looking at the land. They was looking at how good the natives was, you know what I'm saying, able to understand how to utilize the land, and how to plant, and how to farm, and how they had so much resources, how they was rich in resources, and how they was rich in spirit as well. So just understanding that, we can kind of see where the dilemma is coming from when it comes to the natives understood how to cultivate a culture. They had a culture. The individuals that came over here didn't have a culture, so they was bloodthirsty. So what they do, they killed the natives and took their culture. So we can see this in modern times. This being played out through people plagiarizing native hobbyism. We can go look at the movies. These movies that's coming out, native hobbyism. You'll have a dude with wings on, Captain America with a star on, native hobbyism. So that just shows us that where the dilemma is coming from, and where these toxic seeds are coming from when it comes to individuals' mind wasn't structured to think in an organic and genuine and natural way. So people's mind have been programmed to think in a disingenuous, disorganic type of way. So a low-hanging fruit type of nature. So when it comes to these individuals who authored this practice, understands this, so they can sit back and look at individuals that's lost into their witchcraft, not knowing how to cultivate a culture, not knowing how to come together, not knowing how to build, but giving all of our power away, building their world so they can sit on their ass and become one of a kind, and things of those natures. They can see how we're falling short to our desires when it comes to, you wanted to play out this persona, you wanted to play out this characteristics, you want to be known for this, you want to be known for that, but you lack the ability to produce and manufacture and utilize your own gold and melt it, so you can have a gold mine and a cobalt mine, so your name can be on a dollar bill, so you won't be getting hand-me-down and breadcrumbs at the end of the day when it comes to you putting in your blood, sweat, and tears for these things. And then when you see somebody else being able to produce their own creativity, you end up getting jealous because you lack the ability, you lack the know-how. So you lost into the what and the why, and you lack the know-how. So you try to utilize these things to cover up their vulnerability and their insecurity of not knowing how. So that puts you in a bias. So that's why we're so separated in the first place, because we're lost into our biases. So we got to get out of our biases, because that's what's keeping us distance, and that's what's keeping us in this constant state of separation. Well, that's what's keeping us in this constant state of competition and secret competition. Secret competition, having alternative motives, and not knowing how to relate, not knowing how to build, not knowing how to come together as a tribe. So this is where another dilemma is coming from as well too. When it comes to, we lack those qualities and we lack those virtues and those principles. When it comes down to all of us, should be with people that resonate with our same spiritual path. Because some of us hop into relationships, some of us get into certain jobs, some of us have certain family members and things of those natures that's not from our same spiritual tribe. So these individuals will target you and put a mark on you and make you feel like whatever you doing don't make sense because you're not participating with the shadow government magic square indoctrinated way, because you may be utilizing what God gave you. So what God wants you to do is understand your power and claim your power and take your power back and utilize your power so you can start to integrate and be able to build and have the know-how on how to construct and manufacture a culture when it comes to your ideas, the visions that you have, and the type of knowledge that you're able to, the type of knowledge that you have and the wisdom that you have and things of those natures in your teaching. So you will have individuals that's in your personal life that gets jealous, that envies that, because they don't have the know-how. They're lost into their own mind and how their mind was constructed and how their mind was programmed to think. Washihu, arrogance, disingenuous, distrustful, mistrustful, greed, envy. So this is what's motivating them. So there's no actual morality that's motivating these individuals. So you got to kind of keep that in mind as well too. So if you're an individual that has actual morality, these individuals will see that and try to use that against you and make you feel like it doesn't matter. But that's because these individuals come from a negative seed, a white man's seed. They come from a negative seed. They come from a greedy seed. They come from a demonic seed. So these are demon seeds that you may be participating with. So you got to understand that and know how to cut energies off, cut people off esoterically, so you can stop repeating these same karmic cycles or giving so much of your energy away or opening up to these individuals, because at the end of the day, they don't know how to produce their own light. They don't know how to produce their own creativity. They don't know how to produce their own culture. And it's getting real, the vampire energy and the parasite energy is getting real high, because this is like 90% of the world. So if you're a person that has creativity, that has a light, that has a gift, that has a talent, you got to make sure that you're protecting it at all costs and not casting your pearls amongst swines, because that will damage you at the end of the day. Because if you have these spiritual gifts, if you're able to sense things, if you're able to pick things up, if you're able to understand how another person is feeling, that's a gift. You're an empath. You're able to read the room. You're able to have emotional intelligence. So that's a gift. So you will have individuals who lack those qualities, ready to use that against you and drink it from you and drain you from your energy, make you weak from your power that God gave you to heal, to nurture the land. So that's how we got to do things. God, land, then family. But being lost into the Washihu world, they'll have us thinking that it's family, God, then land. See, that's backwards. That's the colonizer mind. It's God, land, and family. So the more in tune that you are with God, you'll understand that God placed us here to protect the land, because this is the Holy Land. This is the land that we all are able to share. This is the world that we created. We all created. Teamwork makes the dream work. So this took time to formulate. So we just can't be sitting back, letting groups of humans who just want to capitalize off the land and take from the land, drain us from our energy, drain God, the God energy, the God essence energy from the world. So nobody's motivated anymore. Nobody has their own creativity anymore. And everybody's just running around being esoteric vampires and parasites. And wanted to, you know what I'm saying, take what you know how to create and, you know what I'm saying, get rid of you and dispose of you. So we just got to kind of understand that's what's going on when it comes to these negative stimulizing seeds that's being planted. So you want to make sure that you're not giving your God energy power away to these individuals that their mind is already constructed and being led down a path of death and destruction and chaos and malice. So basically, that's it. It's just gonna lead to malice at the end of the day. So you want to make sure that you're being holy. You want to make sure that you're not competing with these individuals. You want to make sure that you're not trying to compete with these individuals, and you just want to do things to better yourself at the end of the day. So you'll have individuals that hates those qualities about you, because you're not trying to be like them. You're not trying to bend and will to the colonizer mind, to other people's mind, to other people's way of seeing the world, because you have your own intellectual property. You have your own way of seeing the world. Your morals and principles. So you'll have people that gets mad, they get jealous, they become haters because they come from that seed. So if you have family members like that, associates and co-workers like that, you do not want to be around those vampires, because they're vampires. They're demons at the end of the day. They're only going to drain you and drink you from your energy, and they don't want to see you at your best. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you stay clear from those individuals, because we're in a society right now where everything is deteriorating. We're going through a new shift, and this new shift is a deterioration process. So there's going to be a lack of creativity, a lack of innovation, a lack of teachings, wisdom. So everybody's going to become bloodthirsty. So it's going to become a pool of bloodthirsty parasites and archon. So you want to make sure that you are spiritually protected, and that you're not participating with these individuals or sticking your finger into that pool, because you might just get bit. You want to make sure that you're not going swimming in that pool of spirits going downhill. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to kind of keep that in mind as well too, because those individuals are going to hell, and God may need us to replenish the land when it comes to our creativity, our charismatic gifts, what we have to offer, utilizing our gold, and things of those natures. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind as well too, and we'll be all good. But these are the times that we're going through. So understanding your esoteric agriculture, understanding how that mechanism works, you having a thought, well, seed planting, you having a thought, that thought is the seed, you add ideas. So the ideas is the sunlight you give to that seed. So make sure that you got good, healthy, and constructed ideas. And then an accumulation of those ideas turn into water, condensity, rain, and air. So that becomes what you utilize to nourish the seed, to see the seed grow. And then once that seed grow, it becomes a tree. So you want to make sure that you're in a good spiritual space, and not in a space of being a low-hanging fruit. Because if you're in a space of being a low-hanging fruit, by default, you're going to be doing this you're going to be doing this magic. But this magic is only going to lead to you producing negative outcomes, toxic outcomes. So you want to make sure that you're in a high vibrational spiritual space. So whenever you're doing this, this is going to lead to you reaching a more prosperous, having peace and solemn, and things of those natures. So that's what it's about, having peace and solemn, staying out the way, not participating with the world too much, because it ain't nothing out here in this world but demons, parasites, agents, sheeps, robots, and people ready to take your power because they don't know how to claim their own power. So it's just people self-reflecting at the end of the day. So that's basically all that it leads to. Individuals self-reflecting. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind as well too. So you want to make sure that you set those firm boundaries when it comes to your esoteric space, and making sure nobody cross those lines, and making sure nobody cross those boundaries, no matter if they family, friends, or associates. Make sure nobody cross those esoteric boundaries, because you'll be able, once you get into a certain spiritual space, you'll be able to see things from a mile away. So we all got access to this, being able to see things from a mile away, being a spiritual sensei, being able to sense the senses. And you can already see and smell the stench that this person, this spirit, is producing, because they may be in a negative space. They may be comfortable and rooted into a negative space, South Node energies. So that spirit is only on the path of hell and destruction. So you want to make sure that you're not participating in being guilty by association when it comes to these may be our associates, co-workers, family members, and just know how to stand guard, because these individuals only know how to manipulate. They don't know how to do magic. They don't have no magic. They don't have no creativity. They don't have no abilities. They just know how to manipulate and lie. Liars and manipulators, basically. Snakes and demons. So, we got to shed from this snake skin and become atmospheres. Become holy again. So this is a process that we're on when it comes to if you align with me and if you align with my ideas and my visions, and if you know how to do these things for yourself, if you take my teachings into consideration and go outside of understanding, you can see this played out into the world yourself. Now we're able to wear that snake skin as a badge of honor, as a sign and a sigil, because we shed it from that snake skin. So we just gotta kind of keep that in mind as well too. So this is how the natives look at it. But we're ushering in some new energies. So we're going back to ground one. So if you're a part of my tribe, we're going to be called something else. So when we do come back here, we're going to be in the same, we're going to share the same esoteric blood. So we're going to manifest back into the same experiences and families. So we're going to create this new lineage, this new holy lineage. So you are part of the royal, not the royal, but the royal family. If you're a part of my tribe, if you're a part of my soul group, you're a part of the royal family. So you're here to do something, you know what I'm saying? You're here to change the world, to replenish the world. We're here to replenish the world, not get lost into the world, not get lost into the witchcraft and the rituals and the spells, and understanding how to stand guard, you know what I'm saying? Understanding how to protect our space, because the power that we have is great. We got a greater light, you know what I'm saying? It's great. We have the ability to create a whole new existence just because of our mind, because we are aware of this type of intellectual property and its power. So we just got to make sure that we're defending those energies and not letting these esoteric vampires and leeches that's in our family, our associates and things of those natures, distract us from what God got in store for us, because that's not going to lead to nothing anyway. Whatever they got going on, whatever type of ideas and visions that they got going on, that's not going to lead to nothing. That's going to lead to, you know what I'm saying, cold. You're going to get cold at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You want to get some coal or you want to get some gold. You know what I'm saying? You want to get a piece of God or you just want to get, you know what I'm saying, a piece of somebody's mind. That's already retarded, already a reprobate. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know how to, they don't even got their own mind. So we want a piece of God, a piece of the land, so we can become atmospheres and be able to produce the real fruit, have more sufficient organs, have better organs when we come out of those waters. But we may not even come out of those waters. We may be sharing that existence like a dream, birth and life. But the spirits that get to ride from that vortex, being inside that space, may not even have bodies at that point. You know what I'm saying? They may not even have bodies. They may just be flying around and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we gonna be doing it. We just gonna be flying around, and this world just gonna, I guess, if you don't, you know what I'm saying, get with a program, this world just gonna, people, the dead, gotta let the dead bury the dead. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta let the dead bury the dead. So that's basically what's going on. So you want to make sure that you're not following these individuals, because the esoteric vampire energy is at an all-time high. We're going through Aquarius season, so we're going to be seeing people trying to make themselves a part of certain things, and you just got to make sure that you stay spiritually protected. Make sure that you're not letting people dim your light. Making sure that you expressing your authentic energy, your uniqueness, your individuality, and you're not compromising that for nobody that's already an agent, a sheep, a robot, a parasite, a vampire that don't even know themselves. So they're just gonna come back experiencing the same bullshit, trauma. So that's basically what they just want to do, trauma bond with you, but you don't got time for that. So it's time for us to cut them cords, so we don't end up relapsing into the energy, thinking that we need those individuals, trauma bonding with those individuals, because you don't need that individual at the end of the day. You have your own. If you got your own nuts, you got your own ovaries, you don't need them individuals. You better believe it. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind as well too. We got to make sure that we're not opening ourselves up to these individuals, people, places, and things, because what we see, how we see the world, that's not how they see the world. They see money, greed, and just being lost into survival mode, being lost into their animalistic natures. That's it. That's all. That's as far as it go. That's as far as their mind go. Being a low-hanging fruit. That's as far as their mind go. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind as well too, when it comes to understanding what we need to be associating with. So are you associating with higher hanging ideas and mentalities to produce higher hanging fruits? Or are you associating with low hanging ideas and mentalities and concepts that only leads to outcomes of having to deal with low hanging fruits, catching an STD, being up under somebody's SUV, getting cheating on somebody? You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. Trauma bonding energies. That's basically the world right now. So I wouldn't hop into the world looking for nothing. I'm saying, like, we shouldn't hop into the world looking for nothing. Everybody's trying to trauma bond right now. You know what I'm saying? Just cheat and get over on other people. You know what I'm saying? Just do disingenuous energies. Get blood on their hands. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get no blood on your hands participating with these humans that's going to hell. So, you know what I'm saying? Good esoteric agriculture, good esoteric seed planting. That's what we doing. It's on my channels about, you know what I'm saying? Go live, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram and things of those natures. We talking about the other alignments and elements and things of those natures. But yeah, that's basically all I want to talk about. That's all I want to get on here and talk about, though. I don't really got no other concepts to, you know what I'm saying, talk about right now. But, you know what I'm saying, if you new or something, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you follow me on IG. I mainly be on IG. But yeah, it's been like 360. Hope I enjoyed this video. Peace.